All right, welcome back. So what name do you call it?
Now,
What's the name of the pair you asked us to check?
I think they
GBP,
said GPPO.
GBP JPY, GBP JPY.
GBP, JPY. Oh, that pair is also I have someone that trades it. Okay, I've thought on this pair before. So
Let me
what do you need on it?
let me check my charts too. Cause let me check my chart. Yeah, I'm inside my trading view.
All right.
If I using what GBP JPY is that?
I'm using I think this is Oanda.
Oh, yeah, it's the one I'm using too.
Okay, good.
Okay. So there was one zone.
First of all,
The last internal. Okay, you want to ask?
are you interested in buying or selling?
Currently, I'm selling. It's just a short sale.
Okay.
Against the shock, so I know, but it has not yet formed finish. I'm hoping for a inducement to take
Price
that
is
4 hours
so
structure.
you are still
But
safe.
it has not entered the 50% way. So let's go back. So the mistake I made, though I realized my mistake already, this last break of structure, uh, no, not that one. The internal structure.
Okay. What do you do with it?
No, not that break of structure.
You're talking about
The
this one.
internal one, yes.
This is not a
Yes.
break of structure.
Internal break of structure.
There's nothing like that. It will confuse you. There's nothing called
No,
internal break
well,
of
actually,
Yeah,
one.
oh,
The
you guys
thing is,
funny.
the thing is, the
structure. Eh?
thing is, the thing I want to point out is not on daily, it's on 4 hours. So I used that as my internal break of structure.
Okay, let's go to 4 hours. But first, I need you to understand something. There's nothing called internal break of structure. Break of structure is break of structure, and it is your major structure. I'm not saying you don't have to. You shouldn't understand your internal structures. No, I'm just saying they don't earn a label, and you don't give them one. If you give it a label, you want it to matter, and because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. You trying to now make it matter will worsen the matter. See rhymes. So you don't want to do
Eh,
that for yourself. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, yes.
So okay, we are listening
The
to you.
this was I made this mistake, though I later realized maybe last month or maybe last month. This other block below this, let me see. Not that one, not that one. That side where you
Is it on this side or this
more.
side?
No, not that one. The last zone going on, the last low. Yeah, around that side. Yes, that one. Exactly that one.
Okay.
Let's just put a rectangle there first.
So you have another block here.
Yes. So that was my initial other block.
Why do you choose the other
Ranging
block?
those movements, I took that because it had the internal structure I was seeing.
You can see that it is confusing you now.
The mistake
Hold on, hold on. I
actually
I can't
moved
hear
where
you. Your
was
network is
I was
breaking.
still
Hold on.
waiting till the end.
Can you hear me very well?
Sad and clear.
Hey, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. So go ahead.
Okay. So I was that there's a sweep of liquidity above the other block. So I did not see access to liquidity because it was not looking clear to me. So I left it and was like, can you hear me, Chief?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So I was waiting for price to get back. If you notice, price did a break of structure, another one, then came back to the zone. Though it has already swept liquidity high. So I was waiting for this other block here. And if you check daily now, you see it has been mitigated clear. Now what I'm saying is this. I face the same thing on USD cartoon. I'm waiting. Maybe it's because I'm stuck with one time frame.
What time frame do you major
I
on
do
most?
4 hours and daily. I
You
do
are
check daily, but
that's not your problem.
I
We,
just
will you listen to me?
yes, chief.
You have two decisions to agree with yourself first. Number one is, are you a patient trader or are you an aggressive trader? A patient trader, more like a swing trader. An aggressive trader, more like a day trader or even maybe a scalper. When you agree with yourself and you are being real with yourself, it will help you make your decision faster and better. If you are analyzing on daily and 4 hours, you have no choice than to be a patient trader. That is, you wait. And that's it is the hardest thing safe to wait. But if you cannot wait, then gradually go on to either being a day trader or being a scalper. Which, if you ask me, it's not something I would recommend since you want to scale up and scale up on time. It's not something I would recommend. You cannot start analyzing on daily time frame and 4 hours, and then you get worried that in a week your setup is not ready. It's not ready. That's its nature.
Chief, but let me. Sorry to pause you. Sorry to pause you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Actually, waiting has not been a problem, but waiting and not still seeing like waiting and still, like I waited for this trainer maybe like 2 weeks plus, 1 week plus, only to still find out that oh my POI was wrong or my POI had been mitigated. I
Wait.
don't think
Do
waiting
you
is
mean this other block?
yes,
Why do you say the other block has been mitigated?
because if you check daily and market came back and it took let's check daily. You notice market after the little break of structure, market came back to take that second order block. There's another other block above it.
This one.
Yes. So while market was doing all of this, I was still waiting for that 4 hours order block.
Bella, can you hear me very well? I'm loving this session very well because it is on the kind of matured level of what I want to always explain, and I want everyone to pay attention. Bella, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, chief.
Now,
Yeah.
this POI, this other block rather that you mark out, it is valid only because this break of structure happened. before this break of structure happened, it is not yet valid. It is not yet valid to wait upon. Are you getting it clear? That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you had wanted to get in on this trade, I did tell you something that price will use FVG to create inducement. For this order block to be valid, it will need inducement. So this FVG would have been your first entry. But waiting on this order block and saying you are waiting, why? There is no, it is not yet valid when all of these were forming. It is not valid at all. Even when this inducement formed, it is not yet still valid because it has not break structure. This is the only thing that validated it. Price is just coming for this. This is what price is coming to do now. Price is coming to mitigate this, then we move. Simple. That's why I said earlier that you need to know if what you are waiting upon is even correct, is even valid. Because if it is not valid, if it is not valid, nothing can work. Do you get it now? Do you get what I'm trying to explain here?
I got you a little bit.
Whatever is still confusing, let me know. I can say.
Chief, just come again. Just come again.
Okay,
please come again,
take
please.
it again. I'll take it again. Let me use this as an example. I love this. Now, after this, all of this movement happened. Price move here, mitigate this, then pump. It broke structure. Okay. Then all of this what's it called, was forming. Now, these are not valid zone for this. Or let me call them what they are. They are not valid inducement for this. All of what is happening here. Even though it broke structure, but they are not valid inducement for this. Why are they not valid? Let's mount the Fibonacci or Gann box. Can you see it is not in range? So it is not valid. So in this kind of situation, you would know that, okay, before I go there. Now, this liquidity, price swept it here. You know, this is a clean sweep. And even moved. And because this pair is not even an exotic pair, that is, it is not paired with USD, it will take a very long time. Let me look at the duration. This is this was when, can this sort just move away? You know, it will take a while, I know for sure. But even though it moved, because it has not mitigated the POI here, it came back and finally moved. Same thing here. Now that this moved, this mitigation happened. Now take a look at something. You know that this and this is not valid inducement for this zone. That's why you see that eventually when market came into this zone, it's now engineered a liquidity. It engineered a liquidity inside the POI before it moved. If you go down to lower time frame, which I'm not interested in, you will see what looks like what market can use here. So when this market is moving down, you have two options. You either wait for inducement or you come and stay at this low. Pharaoh, you can testify. There was a setup I had on UJ. It actually played out, but I told you all to delete it because XAE was enough. The POI did not have inducement. So I used the low of that zone as my entry. And that was what played out. Using the explanation from this, let's not bring it here. After this mitigation, price pumped. Same thing I told you on XAU is what happened there. After price pumped, price came back to use this FVJ because price had already peaked the liquidity in it. It can just tap into anything and move. That's why you use this liquidity, move, use this maybe this other block, let's call it, and pump the again. But if you mark this other block out, saying you want to use it, it is not yet a valid order block. Why? Because this is your demand zone. Before you mark another block there, it is a demand. For it to be a valid demand, it needs to break structure. Until this break of structure happens, it is not a valid demand. It is until it is a valid demand or supply. That's when you can now say, is the order block there valid? Or which POI, which entry model can I use here? So you were mixing up a lot of things, and I really do hope you get the clear. So after this break of structure, that's when we can now say, okay, price is coming back here. Now this type of, maybe I have to start labeling some of these things. I'm not a fan of label. That's why I don't. This is what happened here. When I draw it, you will understand now. You see, okay, let's take it this way. You understand this type of SMC. Now there's another type. Maybe let's call that one type A. There's another type like it's like this. So this one, it will create its inducement before it breaks structure. And that's what happened there. So this one creates inducement before breaking structure. So both this and this, they are your liquidity for this zone. So this zone is still valid. All right, it is still very, very valid. And these are your inducement for it. It's a good trade. So do you understand it very clear now? So this is a type of entry. Maybe you call this type A. You call this type A. You call this type B. And the next type will be the one that sweeps liquidity before all of those ones. That's this. So another example of this is the one that it will sweep liquidity, and before it breaks structure, it would have created its inducement. And it's also aligned with what happened here. This swept liquidity then created its inducement before breaking structure. Bella, do you understand it now?
Yes, I heard everything you said and I understood. But I'm still a little bit confused. I feel like if I just study more, I'll get it.
Yes, and you've outgrown some of
And
these
one thing,
education. So I really do want you to look into them properly, like you should, and acknowledge whatever exactly is going on there. I said something earlier about the kind of trader. Sometimes it is not our strategy. We are not just the kind of trader that should use that strategy. So that could be a problem. When you define your kind of trader, you know the strategy that suits you. And you will, even if that kind of strategy suits you, you will know how to tailor it properly to you. Like to tailor it well. It is like there is no cloth that is bad. But if tailor gets it wrong, it can look bad. Now, if tailor even gets it right, but the stature of the person that wants to wear it is not looking upright, it will still look bad. So you have to tailor everything and understand and simplify it. Don't complicate it. Don't add anything that will make you start having headache. Simplify it to the barest minimum. In 3 words, all I trade, just structural liquidity POI. 3 minimum or maximum the long win. So that's what I can say to help you on the journey of self-reflection or self-awareness or self-conceptualization. So do you get it now?
Yes, Chief. Yes, Chief.
All right.
I'm going to bring one structure to your DM on this, still on this.
No problem.
Just to confirm everything.
I dare with you. There was
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome. I mentioned something on UJ, so let me show you. It's a typical example. It looks like this. So I think it is clear on 1 hour. Now take a look at something. I saw this. Now this mitigation, I even thought this mitigation is gone when I saw this. So I lost hope already. But you notice it did not break structure. So because it did not break structure, I knew something was up. But then this now formed like as if it mitigated this. But this one too did not break structure. If I'm reading internal structure, I will say, oh, he break this, all of those things. But they are not valid. Immediately I saw that. Even I had seen it set, I have marked that one nonsense setup. Then I was studying again and I just sent it. Pharaoh can testify. I just sent it to them that. Oh, no. Sorry. I haven't gotten an entry yet. I just sent it to them, made a video that we are using this low. Either of these two, I'm not sure. Currently it is called. I think it is this low. Yes. I said we are using is it this? Pharaoh, is it this or this second one? I'm not sure. I think it is this. I said we are using this as our entry. Because all of this doesn't look like it for me. So we use this as our entry. And of course, the SL will be a little bit below. But because XAU was already giving me what I wanted, I wasn't interested in it, and it was on Friday. So I just told them to delete it. But if we had not deleted it, this trade would have been a good one because our SL would be here, or maybe even somewhere. Yes, it would be here. That's how I would set it. And TP will be somewhere anywhere there. Good trade. But if I didn't check and be sure that this mitigation, it is not gone yet due to break of structure. There are break of structure here. This is break of structure. This is break of structure. Internal structure. The value structure I want to see to validate it that it's been broken is this I. Minimum, this I. Majorly, it is this I. That's what I care about. As far as I'm concerned, all of this, they are internal structures. So I don't use them to make decision. They are noise. Remember we did there was a motion we did one time, subtracting the noise. You should remember. We've done a lot of work. Don't worry, I will not go on holiday again. I'm sorry. I will not go on holiday again. Because this thing has to be constantly repeated over time so that everyone will be aware and we will consciously embed them into all of our trading career or trading cycle. So ensure you create time to study and try keep showing up. Yeah. God bless. So is there any question so far again?
No more question, Chief. No more question.
All right.
Chief, that year's EJP, this year's EJP is giving me two things. And I didn't even want to
But
rush inside.
That's why I
I feel
said,
like this year's JPY is not going to break structure.
honestly, I am not interested for now. I'm not interested in
Wait,
anything it is doing. I just want to see what it will do. I just want to see. That's why I'm holding back. I would rather risk XAU than risk this stuff at this point. I would rather risk XAU than risk whatever at this point. It is not giving me what I want. But that GBP JPY, that one is very clear. And because of that kind of now GBP JPY is it is selling to come and mitigate something below there, based on what we analyze now. This one is pumping up. You can see the contradiction. So I just wait. Say if you go on Euro USD, GBP USD, you will see similar things. And that's why I just want to wait and see what will happen. If you wait enough, you will see, you will make enough. I think that's it. In this is April. In March, I lost a lot in March, and it was simply because I wasn't waiting enough. I was trading as if as if landlord don't evict me from house, and it was crazy. It
if it's
spoiled
not only you,
the whole month
lost.
for me. Honestly, it
I
spoiled the whole
I
month.
think it's due to the fundamentals that is all
We
about
can we
like
can we can
crazy.
always catch excuses anyway, but it is simply us. It is you. It is me. When okay, now fundamentally will always be in play. Why am I saying this? I'm not trading it because Aramiti Bale. But then I was just how should I put it? More like Aran Bonk where as if the money will leave. I don't know. Bella, an example of that GBP trade is this. Is this now? Exactly this. This is the inducement. It created its inducement before it broke structure. Now it has come back. Now, this was the one that confused you. This also looked like it has mitigated and it is ready to go. But eventually, price came back to mitigate this. Now, imagine this touch just break through. That's a good one. But eventually, price still came back again to fill it. When you asked about mitigation earlier, I said it could be filled up to 50%. We can't guarantee how mitigation will look like. We can't talk about that. So price came back again, and with this kind of rejection that I'm seeing here and closing, you can see I've drawn my. If you remember the engulfing pattern, that's why I draw this out. So we are seeing good rejection here, and as far as this structure is concerned, this I is a weak level. It's a weak level. I think I have a what's it called here? I'll probably have deleted it. Let me see if I still have it. Oh, I've deleted it. There's one. What do they call them? All of this. There's one thing that I used to use one time where once I click it to show me weak level and protected level. I think when it is activated and I click it, you say this is a protected level. This example is a typical one of that GBP JPY. Just that GBP JPY is yet to play out, and this one has played out. So when you study that one, compare it with this, you will see the similarity and you'll be able to make a decision properly. But if you now ask me that on USD I am more bullish than bearish. I must say that I'm more bullish than bearish. But I'm not making any decision right now. I am just neutral. Once market open and it prints good, whatever, we can make decision from it. But for now, let's hold back and keep our money. Honestly, I love this session so far, and I do hope you also enjoy it as much as I do. And I'll be posting this as well on YouTube, and I do hope they enjoy it as well. I just want to do more. I don't want to do more. I've not been feeling good, not just serving the trade with chief cohorts people. I don't know why. I don't like it. So let's serve the world. If you go around, you can go around and nothing will spoil anywhere. So let's have them. So help us God. All right. Is there any question again? If there's none, let's call it a night. It's almost 10. Are we good?
No more, no more question. No more question. No more. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome. Black good. Chop good, chop BTC, chop anything. Drink water, drop cup. Have a good night rest.